If you're the type to unwind on a day off from work by watching American or British Got Talent programs with a diet soda or beer, I highly doubt you missed Sydnie Christmas. Once she stepped onto the platform, the world took on a magical quality. You and every other person there would have thought you were part of a genuine Disney film. Due to her exceptional talent, she was named Britain's Got Talent winner in 2024. However, not everything that sparkles is really gold. Sydnie Christmas, our little angel from Britain's Got Talent, is proof of that. How significant is the tale of our fanciful princess? If you were wondering what Sydnie Christmas did while she wasn't performing on Britain's Got Talent, here it is. The birthplace of Sydnie Christmas, Gravesend, Kent, is a historic town close to the nation's capital. She had a passion for performing since she was a little girl, and the talent and determination to make it big in the cutthroat field of dramatic art. At the tender age of 4, she did in fact record her first song. Her grandmother's testimony that she had been singing since she was a tiny girl provided credence to her claims. Despite her desire to pursue music, she was formerly a rugby player. Still, she established a mission for young, passionate actors at the UK's DB Academy of Performing Arts so that she could live out her goal. The formal beginning of her acting instruction began there, where she studied the ABCs of acting, singing, and dancing. She became the artist she is today thanks in large part to her training in the performing arts, which also prepared her to compete for jobs. She never wavered from her passion, and after graduating from DB in 2014, she couldn't wait to give professional theater a shot. While not everyone was lucky enough to watch Sydnie play live before she stunned everyone on BGT, at least some of us were. As soon as she finished with DG, Sydnie experimented with several on-screen events. At the King's Cross Theatre, Sydnie made her stage debut in the famous production of Lazarus. Her initial exposure to the performing arts was at a jukebox show set to the songs of David Bowie. Following Lazarus' success, Sydnie danced aboard the Independence of the Seas and the Quantum of the Seas, 2 massive Royal Caribbean cruise ships where she gained experience and versatility. There, she could be a part of the energetic series Starlight Express in Greece by performing for cruise ship passengers. She was able to hone her craft and put her vocal range to good use. But it didn't mean Sydnie had an easy road ahead of her. On television, she actually had a few problems. Performances by Sydnie Christmas took place in 2016 and 2017. Reality show that aired on E4 and chronicled the arduous and, at times, emotional process of acting instruction. Focusing on the relationships and behaviors of students during rehearsals, the show, which was compared to Glee and Toy, showed how real it is for students who wish to be actresses, singers, or dancers. Immediately, Sydnie's abilities were apparent, setting her apart from her classmates. At last, a performer at stage school exclaimed one. As a result of her magnetic stage presence and powerful voice, Sydnie became a fan favorite on the show. Stage school not only provided Sydnie with a platform, but it also exposed her to the challenges and pressures of the arts industry, exposing her to the reality of fame at an early age. Sydnie Christmas took a chance in 2024 by trying out for Britain's Got Talent after experiencing setbacks and feeling like her job was no longer progressing. Following her humorous entrance, she quickly gained the favor of both the audience and the judges. She playfully mentioned that her middle name was Mary, but her full name was Sydnie Merry Christmas. This very off-topic remark caused a fit of laughter amongst everyone in the room. Sydnie identified herself as a fitness center receptionist when questioned about her occupation. She hadn't performed publicly for quite some time, but when asked what she wanted to do, she mentioned wanting to sing again. She said that she had performed Annie's Tomorrow at an audition 24 years ago. Since she was a little girl, this was her first experience singing. To the surprise of the judges and spectators alike, she looked absolutely nothing like her age. Sydnie chuckled and claimed to be 28 years old, while Amanda Holden remarked that she appeared to be 24 years old. Her announcement that she would be performing tomorrow brought a smile to Simon Cowell's face. Because it is difficult to sing, it appears to have been one of the least popular songs on the list. He played the Joker's role. Singing Tomorrow, a challenging song from the 1977 musical Annie, is known to put performers on edge. Everyone agreed, though, that Simon's response wouldn't affect Sydnie. Her desire to demonstrate her strength to him intensified after reading this. Not long after that, Sydnie altered the atmosphere of the room with her performance, which left everyone in wonder. Powerful and kinetic, the performance was electric. She gave a standard song her personal touch by singing about things that meant a lot to her. In retrospect, her timing and command of words were lauded as her greatest strengths. Because the energy in the room was so contagious, some even went so far as to say it was gospel. The intensity of the display compelled many in the audience to fall silent. Some people's eyes welled up with tears. After she finished, the audience and the 4 judges in particular erupted in a resounding round of applause and shouts of gratitude. Bruno Tonioli praised her energetic dancing and called her an artist. She has the power to enchant and leave people wanting more, he added. Sydnie was informed by Amanda Holden and Alicia Dixon, "You've got it all going on," and they both believed that tomorrow was the most wonderful news they had ever heard. The next thing Sydnie did, emboldened by the cheers of the audience, astonished her. Amanda was showered with golden confetti when she smashed the golden buzzer, signaling her advancement to the semi-finals. Even Simon Cowell, who initially thought she had chosen the incorrect song to sing, was impressed by her performance, which made everyone chuckle. Despite his normal distaste for the song, he was somewhat critical and still praised Sydnie's performance. Sydnie was obviously responding honestly. She knelt down in front of the stage's screen, clearly distressed, exiting the stage to resounding applause. She embraced her loved ones away from the spotlight as she savored what appeared to be the fruit of her labors throughout the years. Sydnie Christmas continued to win over followers in subsequent rounds, ultimately claiming victory in 2024. In the semifinals, she demonstrated her command of the music by singing the hit song "My Way" by Paul Anka. She seemed confident and assured on stage because of how fiercely and energetically she delivered her lines. Thus, she may be a contender. Because she was so enthusiastic about it, she became a favorite among the audience, and everyone else did too. In the finals, Sydnie stunned everyone with her rendition of "I Dreamed a Dream" from the musical Les Miserables, and she was declared the winner. Her powerful and profound voice betrayed her obvious affection for the music she was singing. Her boundless energy was palpable to the judges and the audience alike. People in the audience started crying because her singing was so genuine and emotional. Another thing that set her performance apart was her commanding presence on stage. In particular, Sydnie's live performances showcased her incredible singing abilities. She had complete command of her voice and could convey the emotions of the songs via it as well as the lyrics. Additionally, her ability to transition between smooth, sensual lyrics and harsh, belt-like notes transformed each song into an immersive experience. She possessed an air of confidence and charisma that captivated the audience and transported them to the world of her storytelling through her stage body language. Sydnie decided to release an album after her success on The Voice, which brought her a lot of attention and money. Her victory warmed the hearts of her fans, and on September 20th, 2024, she took a giant leap forward in her career with the release of her debut album, My Way. The CD lived up to the high expectations of its listeners. The length of time it took Sydnie to go from undiscovered talent to show winner is chronicled in her album My Way. Her extensive vocal range and profound emotions are on full display in the album. Even though it was her debut album, the subject of why she was cut off the show persisted. Everybody remembers how her unique charisma and ability to connect with the audience shone through the moment she stepped onto the platform. By providing a more intimate glimpse into her artistic journey, this debut album delves a bit further into the connection. Keep in mind that Sydnie independently selected each track for the album, paying close attention to the many styles and sounds she used. American show tunes and contemporary pop ballads are also represented on the collection. Her incredible flair, vast vocal range, and talent for beautifully interpreting songs are all on full show. When Frank Sinatra originally sang My Way, it was covered by Sydnie and became a popular hit. By adding a contemporary twist, she elevated this masterpiece to new heights, showcasing her exceptional creative abilities. Another memorable tune is coming tomorrow. During her audition for BGT, Sydnie won the coveted golden buzzer for this song. Like most of Sydnie's popular songs, this one from the show Annie has a fresh spin on it. Whether singing or expressing her emotions, she doesn't need to tone down her voice. You will never forget this act, which was a highlight of her BGT performance. People are still moved by that, and it's on her record. Another one is Over the Rainbow, a tune that any dreamer would want to hear. Sydnie has proven that she can sing a wide variety of songs in a variety of styles while always giving them her own unique spin. These songs, along with the rest of the album, make listening to Sydnie's music challenging, motivating, and varied. Both sides of the singer's personality and her intensity shine through. The album My Way is deeply personal to Sydnie. It's more than just a collection of songs. Her performances have profound significance because many of the songs are inspired by her personal experiences. Her obvious devotion to the lyrics shines through in every chord, transporting the audience into her world and giving them the sensation that they are singing along. The profound emotional impact her art has on its audience is one of the things that has won her many admirers and critics.